Hey, friends, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Friends of the Squared Circle. This is a special episode. As you can see, we have our friend Robert. Before we introduce him some more, let's give a huge shout out to AEW Germany for our new most viewed episode by Yana and Jasper. Randy. Oh, Randy, how the mighty have fallen. Don't forget to check out Darren Corbin. You can follow Darren Corbin on social medias at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Yes, Darren Corbin is on TikTok. You can also follow him at patreon.com/Darren Corbin, where tiers just start at $1. And just to let you know, haters, your tiers are free. Also, you got to be just like me, and you got to follow the 313. Check out Wrestling from the 313 for all of their new content dropping soon. And last but not least, let's talk about ChefKeithFoods.com. Chef Keith Foods, best made fresh since 2019. Keith is over there slinging his salsas. Check out that website. Give him an order and tell him Commander Q sent you. Robert, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Now, before we unveil or release that special information for today's episode, let's just get a quick background to you of why you love pro wrestling.
Why I love pro wrestling? I've been a fan of pro wrestling since Hulkamania. I recall watching WrestleMania 3 at my uncle's house. I was probably sitting so close to the TV that I thought I was there in person. Years later, so when Hulk Hogan talks about in front of millions and all that, when he slammed Andre the Giant, I was one of them. Just ever since that day, and then even when I fell out of it, I got right back in with Hulk Hogan again and the NWO.
For life.
That's right. Yeah, for life. I followed wrestling from the inception of the NWO to over to some ECW, and I had the opportunity to work with David Sabick in Heavy on Wrestling. I worked with Dale Gagner in AWA before WWE sued them and took that AWA title from them. And yeah, I've had just kind of a fun time in the background helping out wrestling shows where I can, but always being a fan of indie wrestling and mainstream wrestling. I'd say AEW Collision.
Very nice. Now, as you can see, it froze a little bit. My internet is off the rails here today, but he's going to pop back in. We have a special announcement for you folks. Here in Superior, Wisconsin, Robert is going to be putting on a show for all of us friends and fans. Robert, you had a little bit of a glitch there, but I continue to talk. That's my specialty. Let's talk about the promotion behind the wrestling that's coming through with the United Way.
Yeah, we're working with Midwest All-Star Wrestling to work to have a show at the Head of the Lakes Fair. So Head of the Lakes United Way, Head of the Lakes Fair, August 3rd. Right now it's on the racetrack. Midwest All-Star Wrestling is a company that they mainly work out of the cities, and they've ran shows as far up, I believe, as Danbury. And so this is their first time being in Superior, Wisconsin. They have a great working relationship with Mr. Anderson, or Mr. Kennedy is. I might get a cease and desist letter to my house.
Oh yeah, and if you don't say it right, he's going to come after you. So
yeah, and he'll be at the show. Eric Redbeard of WWE and AEW fame will be at the show. He's our headliner. I love it because I got to see him in Duluth when he was just starting in the wrestling business.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, now he's fought The Rock at WrestleMania. I believe he headlined a pay-per-view against Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Even he was. He was in a pay-per-view main event with them, and so he had a pretty good run on top. But he didn't make it to. He didn't break that glass ceiling, as they say. But he's a phenomenal talent. I just can't wait to see him and a lot of the young guys from MAW. MAW has a core of talent that they use regularly out of Mr. Anderson's school, and they're just quality young wrestlers.
Yeah, a couple of those guys who we've had on are the Summit. We love the Summit here at Friends of the Squared Circle, as well as the System, Kenny Defiance, Rampage Santana, some people that I would love to get on the future episode. That's a hint, friends. So how did you get involved with putting this on? Can you give us a little backstory how this all started?
Yes, this has kind of been a 2-year project for me. I've been head of the Lakes United Way for 2 years, and I
Okay.
have I have an events and marketing background. And at the Head of the Lakes Fair, there is a MMA show that's been for the past few years
Hmm.
that has been very successful. I've been a fan and had tables for each of those shows, and they've had around 900 to 1,100 people at some of these shows. And I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect avenue and a perfect place for a wrestling show. So I started talking to the host of the Head of the Lakes Fair. They were very interested in having us. And then I kind of reached out to some of my wrestling contacts, and David at MAW has experience working with nonprofits.
Hmm.
And so it just made it a perfect situation. And I'm hoping in this will get kind of eyes on Head of the Lakes United Way, what we do, the fact that we're in the Twin Ports area. We cover northeast Minnesota, northwest Wisconsin, so we're all over this area, and we're just proud to be doing shows again in the area. So I'm hopeful. The promoter for the Head of the Lakes Fair is hopeful that this could be a yearly event, and to have
Very nice.
wrestling
Yeah.
at the fair will
More
be
wrestling is great.
exciting. Yet more independent wrestling in the area is great. Yes.
Yeah, we always say that we are blessed in the Midwest. I don't know if that really rhymes, but it sounds cool. We have other promotions all over Minneapolis area as well as Wisconsin that are just thriving. And it's a great time to be a fan, especially for me, because I love going all over, seeing the guys, especially our sponsor, Darren Corbin. I mean, I can't not go see a Darren Corbin match. But yeah, we're excited to have you up here. Is there any spoilers that we can get from you? If you don't have any, that's fine. We should have paid you off camera. But I know of one little spoiler that our friends over at 13 Cards Subject to Change is coming. Let's just get that beautiful graphic up there. Oh, that's not the right graphic. Hold on a sec, folks. There we are. Go ahead and check those guys out there. They will be running a table there. 13 cards subject to change featuring Leroy and his second place beard. Zach and Jesse might be in attendance or taking care of other things outside of it, but go say hi to Leroy. Tell him his beard is second place. Commander Q sent you. But any of those spoilers for us, Robert?
Yeah, just the simple ones because I had the match card thrown out to me. You did bring up the system. He will be at the show.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. The system. Again, my internet, I apologize, folks. This is a promo video, not a freeze frame video. But let's just, he's back. There we go. You said you got the system. Man, I don't know what's going on with my internet today.
Yeah, I got all the bars, but I also got Verizon. So.
Oh.
But
I'll tell you the outside joke outside of this place, but that's too funny you said that.
I got the system who is going to be doing some of our local promotion for radio this week, and he's just been fantastic. Paul Verk, who works with Impact Wrestling and is also the MAW World Champion, will be doing an open challenge. And then our main event right now is planned to be Eric Redbeard versus Mr. Anderson. So they're not
very nice.
Two wrestlers on the card. Our headliners are also going to be the main eventers against each other. I love it because in Superior, Wisconsin, Mr. Anderson always gets crowds in Minnesota angry with him because he's from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That's right. Best state ever, Wisconsin.
Yeah, when you're in Wisconsin, is he going to get hometown love? And are the fans going to cheer for him like they would have for Brett Favre before he left them and Aaron Rodgers before he left them? Because Mr. Anderson won't ever leave.
That's right.
and Eric Redbeard also looks like a giant Viking to me, so he might get some Superior Wisconsin hate just for looking exactly like someone that would storm the beaches as a Viking.
Yeah, I believe he is a Minnesota boy too. So it'll be Clash of the States,
Hmm.
just like Superior and Duluth, just over the bridge. So it'll be a nice little border battle there for us here in Superior, Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin. We got the cheese, we got the dairy. Come at me, So
Yeah.
um, but we are excited to show you off, and like I said, we will probably be there, but we will not be, flaunting ourselves too much unless Leroy gets out of hand. You can kick him out. I'll sub in for him. Hopefully, he finally watches one of my videos. He says he does, but he doesn't. But is there anything else you want to touch on? We'll get those websites from you. We'll put those up tomorrow with the video. Anything else you want to kind of plug for United Way there, where we got you?
Uh, right now for United Way, we also have Stuff the Bus coming up, which is going to be in the
Okay.
Superior and Lake County areas.
Okay.
There'll be a post, but for school age children, if you would like to help out a lot of businesses in the area, you could drop off backpack, pen, pencils, materials like that, and we get them to those school districts, which is fantastic. I'm just honored to be a part of that. But at the same time, this event, this heavy on, or excuse me, whoa, I almost brought up heavy on wrestling. You can tell I've worked with them. Midwest All Star Wrestling show with $10 tickets. All of that goes to Head of the Lakes United Way in funding our causes in the local area. So your $10, you think that might not be a lot for a ticket or something like that. That's all going to Head of the Lakes United Way. None of that money is going to Midwest All Star Wrestling. They've been fantastic to work with as partners in that way. This is a completely nonprofit event. So, Head of the Lakes United Way is going to be the people that are going to help our communities and have that money flowing into programs like Stuff the Bus and into other community programs like Chum and other great resources that we have in our local area.
Very nice. And when that comes up in September, send us those links. We'll share it on Wednesdays. We will broadcast you guys to show off our friends. Now, Robert,
Yes.
I don't have a lot of hard hitting questions on my episodes, but I have to ask two of them. One of them being, will we see you in the ring August 3rd there at Head of the Lakes Fair one more time with a graphic? But will we see you get in the ring? I feel like, an open challenge. Paul Verk, here's your opportunity to shine. Watch out for chairs, Zach would say. But would we
No,
see you in the ring? No, you're not gonna take that
I,
open challenge.
I, I will hope not. Yeah, my 13-year-old might be a different story. He might be
Okay,
running into the ring. But as for myself, I've always enjoyed doing everything in the background. I
okay.
think, you know, no one is going to pay to see me at a wrestling
I
show.
mean, I would generously donate to watch Paul Verk with a chair.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
You
And
know what? Let's
I've
raise
had a
some money.
concussion
Let's
or
get
two, but
Leroy in there with Paul Verk, So
yeah.
I would pay to see Leroy, the next member of 13 Cards, subject to change, take a chair shot or two. So
Now
not
I
Jesse.
could now I could do that. I could sign up for Leroy getting hit with the chair.
I will start a
Myself,
Leroy chant.
I'm working that night. I won't be able to get hit with a chair and do my duties. So
Maybe we just make that happen for Leroy. I know he's itching to get in the ring.
yeah. Oh, and
Uh,
he'll hear this too because he listens
yeah,
to
he
the show.
watches every episode. He told me
Yep.
so. But and then the last question here: if you could have a brewski, a chocolate milk, with any pro wrestler in your fandom, alive or not so alive, because you know who would you have? Who would you go and have a drink with? This will be the hard hitting questions of the night, just to get a little bit more content out there for us here.
I'll do a brewski and a chocolate milk. I'll have two answers. One I got to
Okay.
meet, but I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. But I would say Bret Hart. I've
Okay.
always been a Bret Hart fan, but also when I read, when I read his book and read a lot of things that he says, he's just, it's still real to him.
Hmm.
And it is just, he is wrestling in many ways. He's not sports entertainment. He is wrestling. I'd love to either have probably a drink with him, and then I would also just love to meet and talk with Mick Foley, and
Okay.
depend and have a chocolate milk per se with him because just Yeah, just what
Yep.
he does in terms of support for charities, but at the
Hmm.
same time, as a talent, all the bumps he's taken, but also the ride he's been on to get to where he is.
Right.
Those are two of just my absolute favorite people and wrestlers.
Perfect. Perfect. All righty, Robert. We will put this up. We will spread the word going forward. We look forward to seeing you on August 3rd again at the Head of the Lakes Fair, Thursday, August 3rd, there at the Fairgrounds in Superior, Wisconsin. You know, a night away putting that on. We are excited to see you again, as well as our other friends, and of course, Leroy. All righty, we'll wrap this up. Is there anywhere you want people to find you on social media, or we can just play that beautiful video out package there?
If people want to find me and my weird at the moment hot takes, I am available on Facebook. But otherwise, if you're going to the wrestling show, just buy the ticket, have fun, enjoy the fair. Can't
Perfect.
wait to see you and wave at me. And if I'm not busy, I'd love to say hello.
Perfect, perfect. All right, we're going to play that beautiful video package so we can get you out of here. Hang out off camera, and we'll chat off afterwards here. All right, here we go.
What? No, it's not even.
Hey, friends, thanks for tuning in to yet another exciting episode of Friends of the Squared Circle, where I'm your host, Crander Q, a.k.a. my real name. Now let's jump into the sponsors, shall we? Make sure to check out ChefKeithFoods.com for all of your salsa needs. The best made fresh since 2019. Flavors include Ragin' Reaper, Hoppin' Habanero, Groovy Garden, and more. Check out that website today. Also, check out our friends over at Superior Creations for all of your custom tumbler needs. They are on Facebook.com/Superior Creations MN. Also, Darren Corbin, give him a like on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Yes, Darren Corbin is on TikTok. And another great way to support Darren is by checking out patreon.com/Darren Corbin, where tiers start at just $1. Last but not least, make sure you give us a like and follow on all of our social medias as well. We want to thank you for being a friend of the Squared Circle. Tune in for more episodes. Also, if you want to get merch for yourself, you can check out friendsofthesquaredcircle.org for all of those needs. And it's your boy, Crander Q. Crander Q out.